So let's proceed with problem 8-4. So this is still a assignment of receivable. So docile company assigns certain accounts receivable to a bank for a loan. On the following basis, there's a 75% cash advance. So meaning this is the proceeds ni mo, or the amount loanable, the amount loanable, and then deduction pa man ni siya, aning service charge, and then there's a 2% interest per month that will be charged. So the bank makes the collections. Since ang bangko ang mag-collect ani, so this is notification basis. Okay? Kung si bangko ang mag-collect, kay direct naman ang mga customers ngadto ni bank. The entity signed a promissory note for the loan. So on July 1, receive remittance upon the specific assignment of 1,500,000 in accounts to the bank. Okay, so transfer the 1,500,000 from ordinary accounts receivable to AR assigned, and then record the proceeds from the loan. So the amount is 1,125,000. So that's 75% of 1,500,000. Okay, di ba? Kay 75% man ang ma-loan or ang loanable nga cash advance. So 1,125,000, and then the service charge is 4% of 1,125. I-check ko. 1,500 siguro. 1,500 times 4% ay. 1,500 times 4%, okay, sa on the gross accounts assignment. So 1,500 times 4%, so that's 60,000. So the balancing figure is the proceeds, 1,065,000. Then on August 1, received notice from the bank that 800,000 of the accounts assigned were collected. So again, since the bank makes the collections, this is a notification basis. So customers are notified, so the customers are going to pay directly to the bank. And you receive a notice that 800,000 of the assigned accounts were collected. So since kita may nag-hold gihapon sa records sa assigned nga account, so mag-record ta sa payment, okay? So note payable 800,000 and credit accounts receivable. Okay? I think this is ano din siya, accounts receivable assigned, sorry. Okay. So accounts receivable assigned for a while. Okay, so on August 1, received notice from the bank that 800,000 of the assigned accounts were collected. A check was sent to the bank for 1 month interest charge. So since ang bangko na ang nagkolekta ani, this is a notification basis. So what we're going to settle here is kato na lang interest kay na kolekta naman ni bangko ang 800,000 nga principal. So what will be the entry? So we're going to record the collection of the bank of the accounts receivable. So ang buhaton na lang nato is i-recognize ang deduction from our liability. So note payable bank 800,000 and i-credit nato AR assigned because the collection is coming from the assigned accounts receivable. Another entry is for the payment of the interest. So interest expense, that's 2% of the 1,125,000. So that's 22,500 and credit cash. So if you're going to ask, ma'am, nganong cash man ni siya? Because since ang gikolekta raman ni bangko kay katuramang sa principal, katuramang sa utang nato, kita gihapon ang magbayad sa interest. So, mag-forward ta sa bangko for the interest kay separate man to siya. Wa man to siya ilabot adtong mga collections ni bank. So, that's 1125 times 2%. So, that's 22,500. Next, on September 1, received notice from bank that assigned accounts of 500,000 were collected in full and the remaining accounts of 200,000 are being returned. So, di ba pila ganito yung original nga assigned nga accounts? That's 1,500,000. And then, naaman to'y collections na. So, pila man dapat ang ato ang i-recognize. Okay, so first is we record the transaction on September 1. So we need to close the AR assigned. Ilan naman lang ang nahabilin sa AR assigned. So ang AR assigned nato originally kay 1,500,000. Okay, that's the original amount. And then naaman tay na kolekta. Ang bangko ang nagkolekta in behalf nato pero record man sa nato na siya. So 1,500,000 minus 800,000. And then we have the collection of 200,000 man. 200,000. So 1,500,000 minus 800,000. And then minus na may nakolekta si bangko. Okay, so naamay na kolekta. So, this is 500,000, diba? Ang nakolekta. So, mo na siya credit, AR assigned. And so, pila man ang nahabilin? Pila na lang nabilin sa AR assigned? So, 1,500,000 minus 800 minus 500. So, ang nabilin na lang kay 200,000 nga AR assigned. Pero kaning 200,000 nga AR assigned, naaman ni sa ato adaan. Diba? Wala man na nato gi-transfer sa bisag kinsa or wala man na siya na transfer sa bangko. Pero mao ni ang nabilin sa AR assigned. But we need to find out pila man ang remittance sa bangko. So since nagkolekta si bangko 500,000, so i-credit nato ang AR assigned of 500,000. Representing the collection of the 500,000 accounts receivable. The same way that we record the credit to AR assigning 800,000 because of the collection pag August 1. Next is, this is already the final settlement pa ni siya. So, mag-record na sa interest expense. Okay, so that would be, the basis is 2%. Okay, 2% of 325,000. This naman yung 325,000. So, that's from the remaining balance sa loan. Diba? Ang unang record nato for the loan here is kaning 1,125,000. Kunya na may deduction nga 800,000 because of the collection of the bank in our behalf. So, ang balance kay 325,000. Okay, so diba, na may interest on the balance. So, 2% times 325,000, that's 6,500. So, that's why debit to interest expense, 6,500. And then, note payable bank, again, this is the remaining balance, 1,125 minus 800, 325. So, get the difference, 500,000 minus 325 minus 65. So, the cash nga ato ang makolek, iuli na ni bangko sa ato kay sobra man ang nakolekta ni bangko, 500,000 yung nakolekta, pero ang ato arang bayro nun niya is only 325 plus 6,500. So, only 331,500. So, na ay excess. So, 168,500 ang dapat iuli ni bangko sa ato So, another entry would be, i-restore na to itong AR kay nahuman naman natong bayad ang atong utang sa bangko. So, ibalik na nato siya sa ordinary nga accounts receivable. So, AR or accounts receivable credit AR assigned 200,000. Asa ni siya gikan? So, again, 1,500 Subayo ng entry, 1,500 AR assigned, and then we have credit 800 and then credit 500. So that would be 200,000. Again, is agi kaning note payable na 3 to 5 susubayo ng entry, note payable bank 1125 and 800, so mo na siya 325, and mo na siya basihan sa interest nga 2% of 325,000. Okay, so that's for notification basis nga assignment of receivable. So I'll be showing you two examples for the factoring of receivables. They have different set of given. The 8-8 was already discussed, but we will have a quick review and then we will proceed to another illustration. So again, kindly refer to problem 8-8 of your book. So in 8-8, you have Dainty Company. So it sold accounts receivable without recourse with face amount of 6 million. So if it's without recourse, remember na wala na tay responsibility in case dili mo bayad ang katong ato ang customer. So ma-relieve ta sa ato ang obligation. So in 8-8 again, you have here commission of 15% on all accounts receivable factored and withheld 10% of the accounts factored as protection against customer returns and other adjustments. The entity previously established an allowance of 200,000. So therefore, the net realizable value here would be 6 million minus 200,000. So the net realizable value would be 5,800,000. So by year end, the entity had collected the factors holdback because there are the entire factors holdback being there being no customer returns. So again, the following would be the entry. So you have for the cash received, so if the problem provides allowance for doubtful accounts, so this is how you're going to solve the problem, or this is how you're going to prepare the entry. So you have to close the allowance for doubtful accounts here, and then you're going to credit the accounts receivable, and then you have to establish the receivable from factor, because this is the amount nga ato ang makuha balik. So igura na siya gigunitan ni factor pang ano na siya, security for any mga returns, mga sales allowance, pero iuli na sa ato in case walay mga deductions, so we will receive this amount in full, pero pag na mga returns, so diri niya i-minus, so makuhaan ni siya. And then the commission here would be embedded here in the loss on factoring, which will be computed as your accounts receivable minus the commission. So this is your net sales price of your accounts receivable, and then we will deduct the carrying amount. So this would be a loss on factoring. So since this is without recourse, we are fully surrendering the accounts receivable to the factor. So naatay loss on factoring kay gibaligya naman ni siya in full. And then you have the amount. This would be your cash, 4,500,000. And since there are no returns, so mauli sa atoa ang cash, the entire amount of 600,000. So let's proceed to another problem. So this is 6-9. So this have different given. Wala siya allowance. So what if wala siya allowance for doubtful accounts given? So what would be the entry? So this is generous company. We have the transactions. So we have July 1, factored 800,000 of accounts receivable without recourse with a bank on notification basis. So remember, pag notification, of course, notified ang mga customers and they're going to remit or they're going to pay for their accounts directly to our factor or to the bank. The bank charge a factoring fee of 5% of the amount of the accounts receivable factored, and there is a holdback or a withheld amount of 10% of accounts receivable for any sales return and allowances. So on July 15, so before we proceed to that, so let's prepare the entries for July 1. So this would be the entry. Okay, so that would be you credit the accounts receivable of 800,000, and then you recognize the service charge. That's 5% of the 800,000, so that's 40,000. And then receivable from factor, so 80,000, that's 10% of 800,000, and you will receive cash of 680,000. So, if wala siya mga allowance for bad debts, so automatic ra nga i-debit lang nato itong mga given nga mga transaction like service charge, receivable from factor. So walay loss on factoring. Then you have July 15. You have received notice from the bank that factored accounts are fully collected minus sales returns and allowance. So we recognize the sales returns and allowance, and remember asa na siya i-charge sa receivable from factor. So dili na nato ma-collect in full ang 80,000 kay kuan siya og 20,000 nga receivable from factor nga credit because of the returns. On July 31, we receive a check from the bank as final settlement. So pila man ang mauli sa bank, katurang factors hold back the remaining amount, so that's debit to cash, and then credit receivable from factor. Okay? If you like this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated with the latest video lessons. Thank you for watching.